Not too long ago, we looked at a new light from the folks at Wowtac, the A3. Today, we're going to take a look at its brighter brother, the A3S. That's what's coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose, your home for information and gear reviews related to camping, survival, and general preparedness for regular folks. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me here on this, I guess, a post-snowy day in Georgia. So, as I said, not too long ago, we took a look at the Wowtac A3, which is a 600 lumen light from the folks at Wowtac, who are kind of partnered with ThruNite. You know, I like ThruNite. And so today we're going to take a look at the brighter version of this, which is the A3S. And this is a 1,000 lumen light. I think it's about $10 more than the other one. I'll put a link, Amazon link below to this one also, so you can check out the current price on it. I think it's a really good bargain. These are not as expensive as a lot of lights. Let's talk about the specs of this thing real quick, and we'll get to show you the night shots. So again, this is one of those focusing lights that let me put my notes down here. That basically you pull the lens in and out. You see it moving in and out to focus from a broad area floodlight down to a pretty cool, kind of like a, I feel like Bing Crosby, down to a very narrow focused beam. And as you'll see in the night shots, just like the A3, when you focus it down to a narrow beam, it winds up with the shape of the emitter, of the LED light emitter there, so it kind of goes down to a square. But what I've noticed is that it allows you to take what is a pretty bright big pool of light, and as you condense it down, then the light gets brighter because you're focusing the same amount of photons, I guess, down into a smaller pattern, so it's brighter. And I like that because if you're looking around with the floodlight and you see something that needs a little closer attention, you can just zoom right into it and you can take a closer look at it. So, but let's talk about the specs of this thing, and then we'll show you exactly what I mean. So it's a little bit different LED in this one. The A3S features the XP-L high LED, which puts out again 1,000 lumens. It's got a TIR lens. You can see the curvature on the lens there, which is kind of like a focusing lens. And then real quick, we'll run through the modes just to let you know what they are, and we'll show you a little better in the night shots. But it features a reading, kind of a reading mode, which is kind of like moonlight. If you long press it while it's off, that'll come on, and that's 16 lumens. That was good for 5.6 days. Pretty good at 16 lumens. Is pretty bright. I mean, it's probably as bright as some of the older flashlights on just regular, the incandescent ones. And then it also has a turbo. If you just double click it from any mode, whether it's on or off, that's going to take you to 1,000 lumens. I'm going to do that. And so that's 1,000 lumens, and that's good for 3 hours, which is pretty decent at 1,000 lumens. And then if you just click it regular, turn it on, as you hold it down, you can see it cycle through the different modes. So that's going to be low, medium, and high. And the low in this case is 27 lumens, good for 4 days. The high is 128 lumens. I mean the medium is 126 lumens, good for 35 hours. The high is 400 lumens, good for 5.4 hours. And it also features a strobe, which basically if you double click it twice, and if strobes bother you, then just turn your eyes for a minute. So you double click it. My fingers are cold. There you go. It gets to a strobe. Pretty good strobe there. So thing's 1.5 meter impact resistant, which means that it's not impact. You know, you can break anything if you want to, and it is different than some of the more expensive flashlights. It's IPX4 water resistant, so it's not submersible. IPX4 means that it is splash resistant with a spray of water from, I forget the specs, but you can basically you can spray water at it. It's not going to leak. It's just not submersible. But there are O-rings in both the opening areas of the flashlight. So it has a clip on it. This center tube is reversible, so you can actually set it up just like the A3 if you want to. They're both reversible, and have it lens up, which is going to stick out of your pocket a lot, or you can have it down like this. It depends on just how you prefer to carry it. I'll show you a little bit about the battery. The A3 regular comes with a 20. Oh man! Oh, got a little snow in there. The A3 regular, I got to get that out too. Comes with a 2600 mAh battery. A3S comes with a 3400 mAh battery, and what's really cool about these Wowtac batteries is it features a integrated micro USB port, and it comes with a micro USB cable so you can charge it, just charge the battery. You don't need a separate charger or anything. But you can charge these batteries in a separate charger also. I've done it, they work just fine. And you can use regular 18650 batteries in here, but it's an 18650 battery. One thing that's a little different, just like on the A3, there's a spring on this end, and you put your positive terminal against the spring, which is counterintuitive for most of us in the US who are used to having the negative terminal on the spring. But that's what you do, and it works. And it's got O-rings here. You can see the O-ring there that seals both ends. So, and this tube comes off, the end comes off, or this tube comes off here. And then I think probably the reason that it's not really 100% submersible is because of the slide here. I mean, that's probably really difficult to make that really 100% submersible. So, but there's that. It works really great. So handy little fist-sized flashlight, 1,000 lumens. So there's the specs of this thing. Let's take a look at the night shots and we'll wrap this thing up. This is the A3S. If you long press the side switch, it gives you the reading light, which is 16 lumens. You can see the, I'm at about probably 2 feet from the page now, and you can see it does a really good job of lighting it up. And it's good for 5.6 days. Turn that off. Because if you turn it on the flood, you can see you can't really see a lot here. That's 27 lumens. It's good for 4 days. And if you shine it down at the ground, you can see it kind of opens up pretty good. But as you tighten it down, it gets a lot brighter, and you still got that telltale square LED shape. But also as you go out into the distance, you can see it also, you see the submersion evaluation assembly out there. And this is just at 27 lumens, so it does allow you to focus almost all the 27 lumens in a very tight spot. If you cycle through the next level, it's going to be there. It's 126 at medium, and that's at the spotlight. If you pull back to the floodlight, you can see it really does open up a pretty broader area, and it doesn't show up as well on camera, but you know, it's pretty good to be able to see a larger area. Now as you focus it down, you can see just the brightness increases in the area of light. Next level down, we hold it down. I think what this thing does is going to cycle back to low, go to medium, down to high, and that is 400 lumens. And this is a very tight spot. It does a great job of really, but as you can see, as you pull it back, it lights up a really broad area. But if you need to like get a closer look at something, you can focus in on it, and it really does kind of give you the ability to pinpoint what you're looking at. And then finally, we'll broaden it back out. So we'll take a look at the turbo now, which is 1,000 lumens. We're on the floodlight setting. So you can just double click it from any setting, and it takes you to turbo, and you can see that it really does brighten up a pretty big area there. And if you needed to check out something really particular, like suppose you want to see if somebody's messing with a stump out there, you just focus in on the old stump, and you get a really good, really bright picture there. So you can really see a lot better. So it basically takes the same amount of lumens and just focuses them down. Okay, well that was some quick nighttime stuff for the A3S from the folks at Wowtac. And I gotta say, you know, I've looked at these focusing lights before, and I really didn't see what the big deal was about them, but I don't know if this is a different lens. I don't know if it's just my perception, but it seems to me like this one just seems to work a little better than some of the other focusing lights I've seen. Just the fact that, you know, it really does do a really good job of putting out a bright, broad, kind of a broad area of light. And then if you focus it down, it just focuses all those photons, I guess, down into a small area. And it just, maybe I'm just looking at it different, but it seems to work pretty well. And we got limbs and stuff down here. This has been a snow apocalypse for sure in Atlanta, but that was random, huh? So anyway, I gotta say, it's a pretty cool little light. And just like the through nights, you know, I've got a good experience with the folks at Wowtac. The prices are good on these things. Again, I'll put an Amazon link below. You can check out the current price. I don't really want to say it because I know they change sometimes, and people say, I thought you said it was so-and-so. So I'm going to let you figure that out for yourself. There will be a link in the description. So anyway, I hope this has been helpful. If you're looking for a pretty good little flashlight that does seem to be pretty versatile. Man, we've got a lot of glare going on there. What is that? Is that just my screen? Anyway, once again, thanks to the folks at Wowtac for sending me this so I can show it to you. And as always, thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. I put out a brand new video every Friday and Saturday, and very often random videos throughout the week like this one. You can check out a new one right here. If you're not subscribed, please click down in the corner and do it. I really would appreciate it. Once again, my name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident. So be prepared. I'll see you next time.